Here we go. AMA, ask me anything. No, just kidding. I like that when dudes do the AMA. I didn't even know what AMA meant. I was watching channels from some guys and it was AMA and I was like, what's AMA? And then I just realized the second it was ask me anything. So here we go. Question answered for Zach in the comments, Zachy Poo. He's one of our outliers. I think Zach's well over 600, so he follows the channel. And I just outed you, Zach. All your over 600 peers are gonna make fun of you now for watching this beginner intermediate channel. All right, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so Zach asked a question. I've been asked by this from people ever since I started doing it. It's not like, oh, everyone asked me this, but yeah, it does get asked quite a bit. Why do I use a break cue for those 60-second reels? So I've done dozens of them. Back on my old channel, I did a bunch of them, right? So I like this question, and I like that I'm on my own channel now, and I do not gaff what anybody thinks. So I can answer the question now because I couldn't answer it before as accurately as I'd like to. So I'm going to give you the original reason why I started doing it. And then it grew from there. And it actually, now I found new meaning and purpose in doing it for myself. But let's start with the original reason, which is my favorite reason, is because I thought that bar table pool was ridiculous. I didn't even consider it real pool. And that's the way I looked at it. And so I grew up playing big table pool. Bar tables were always, this is like, okay, back in my day, I've been playing for almost 40 years. So back when I started playing, I started on bar tables because I was playing in arcades and circus pizzas and different things. But as soon as I could get to big tables, I would just gravitated towards big tables and started playing in pool rooms and playing on big tables. And yeah, and then bar tables just became something that were like these little things that were kind of around the big tables in the pool rooms. This is like in the late 80s, early 90s. And yeah, they were just kind of like nobody really played on them. And there was just mostly big tables in Minnesota, and it didn't seem like real pool. It just seemed like kind of like, I don't know, like bar pool, like people in bars play on bar tables, pool players play on 9-footers. So that was kind of like my environment and my mindset. So when I was playing, even when I was playing like amateur pool on bar tables, and I mentioned before I played a lot in Vegas and national titles and things like that on bar tables with Masters team. But even when I was doing that, it just felt like kind of silly. I felt like I was kind of like just not part of who I was. It just didn't fit with me. Like culturally, the culture of bar table pool players and league players and things like that, it didn't fit with me. I was more, I grew up around golf too. So I had two paths that I was going to take as a teenager. And one of them was as I got towards college, I thought about making a run at playing professional golf. And so I just was really into golf, and I played a lot of golf and worked on my game and was around that culture, and I really enjoyed that culture. And I actually didn't like pool culture. I just didn't. I just played it because I was filling holes, whatever. We've gone through all that, but the pool culture never landed with me, and the golf culture did. It just did. The mindset of golf and the culture of golf and the process of golf, and it's different, So it was a little more elevated kind of thinking and whatever. So anyways, there was more like gentlemanliness to it, I guess you'd say. And just the whole culture of, with golf, you call your own fouls, basically. You assess your own strokes for mistakes, and it's a trust thing, right? And pool's more like a hustling, kind of scammy kind of culture, kind of shit talky, drinking, whatever, just completely different than I wanted to be around. So anyways, enough about that. Other than it sets the tone for why I play with a break cue. So I've always been low-key uncomfortable or like not enjoying the pool culture. I've always low-key not enjoyed bar pool culture, bar table culture, and I've always not enjoyed low-key bar table specialists, players, right? So when I looked around and I saw the top players in Minnesota, they were bar table players. And then some of those players, I'd look at them and I'd look at their character and who they were. And I would say, that's not the character of like a professional golfer or a elite golfer or maybe a tennis player or something like that. It was a little bit more, it was different culture and different approach, kind of like I said. So they kind of fit into that pool box. And so here I am, and I'm coming up and playing, and people play mostly bar tables eventually, and I just sort of became a dinosaur, right? And I was out playing professional tournaments on 9-foot tables against professional players and, you know, regional players, national players, elite international players, and that to me was real pool and real pool and like professional pool. But then you'd have all these, you know, players that played on bar tables from like 600 to 750, and there was that culture that I didn't really care for, and the 600s weren't 700s and the 750s weren't like 750s. This is my opinion. I just feel like there was a downgrade in the Fargo for a bar table. If it was built on a bar table, you would have to pull off, you know, maybe, I don't know, 20 to 30 points if your Fargo is built on a bar table. That's the way I felt. So I would look at it and think, well, everybody's kind of downgraded by playing on a bar table in what they can actually do on a real quote unquote pool table, a 9-foot that's tight and all that. So that was sort of like in my subconscious as I would watch players play, and then I would watch the way they act, and I would be, you know, just disappointed. And I would say, well, really, like, it's, you know, why are you walking around like King Kong when you're playing on a bar table? I don't really get it. Like, I didn't really understand it. And I'm like, it just didn't make sense to me. Okay, so that was kind of in the back of my mind. So let's just get to the point. So when I started doing content, and I realized I was doing a bunch of 9-foot content, 9-foot content, 9-foot content. And it was like, yeah, it was going well and it was doing okay. But, you know, I'm like, it's a business and I have to create content that's going to get the most exposure. And finally, I'm like, you know what? Doesn't matter my feelings about bar table. I have to do bar table content because this is the biggest segment of pool players. This is the biggest game that gets played across the country. I'm a dinosaur. People don't really play big table pool too much, and bar table 8-ball is the game. So I'm like, okay, bar table 8-ball it is. And then I don't know why, but I came up with an idea, and it's like, I'm just gonna break and run on with my break cue. And it was kind of like a nose snub or a thumbing my nose, what do you call it? It was like, I was just kind of thought that my initial thought was, this game is fake, and I'm going to show you how fake it is by just raining hell with a break cue. It doesn't even matter. And I'll do it in 60 seconds. Like, it only takes me 60 seconds to round out a game of pool, and I'll do it with a break cue. And for me, nobody picked up on it, you know, which is totally fine because it was something I did for myself. I did it for myself. I said, if I'm going to do this bar table content, at least quietly for myself, I'm going to know that this is such a ridiculous game, bar table 8-ball, that I don't even need to use a regular cue, and I can do it in 60 seconds. So I'm not saying that's healthy. I'm not saying that's normal. I'm not saying that that I'm proud of that. I'm just saying that's the genesis of doing the break and run with my BK Rush. I was just like, and then the louder the tink was, the better I felt doing them. So I was just like, yeah, this is so stupid. Why are we playing on bar tables? And for me, it was more aimed at like the this is, nobody picked up on it. It's totally fine. And it's like, it was just a me thing. It was a me thing. It was more aimed at like the 625 to over 700 bar table players. And that's what it was, really. That's all it was. It was just like, this is a ridiculous game. And 60 seconds of my break queue, who cares? LOL, bar table pool. So that is exactly why I run tables with a break queue. Now, there's some secondary reasons, okay? I only had 60 seconds on my commercial reel when I was back at the club. So I had to run out in 60 seconds to make the reel and the voiceover work. So I'm like, okay, 60 seconds it is. And I can't switch my cue. So I can't break and then switch to my playing cue because every half second, microsecond, 2 seconds counts for 60 seconds. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just play with a break cue because I can't switch my cue. The other thing about the break cue was, there's some like, what do you call it? There's a tiny little bit of like, not attention getting, not flex, but like, just like, oh, okay, well, if you're going to run out a break, nobody was doing it. So I'm like, well, it's at least different, right? And there's a little bit of like, oh, well, maybe I'll watch this guy's videos or listen to what he has to say, because if he can run out 60 seconds with a break cue, and then he can explain it with a voiceover and all the patterns and everything he was doing, well, then maybe people would be more interested, right? So there's a little bit of like flash to it, or a little bit of like, hey, pay attention, this is something different. And then, so those were like the initial reasons why. But then I got out of that situation, prayer hands, and now I'm in my own situation here, and I did it again. And I didn't do it for the same reasons as before. Like the original reason, that was my secret reason that I'm now letting you guys behind the curtain, that doesn't even land with me anymore. I don't care. Like I love teaching bar table pool. I kind of like playing it now because I play it in leagues, and I didn't like playing it in Masters League because that was like awful. It was more the culture of like the first culture, which is, not my favorite culture. And now I'm playing with beginners and advanced players, and it's a much better culture. And I really enjoy playing bar table pool and playing bar table leagues and that. And it's cool. So it's good. I like it. So I don't have those feelings anymore, right? I'm just like, well, basically nobody noticed, nobody cares. It was just something for me to like, nah, bar tables are a joke. So if you think you're some sort of world champion because you like specialize in bar tables and whatever, build your Fargo off of bar tables, I'm like, nah, not my thing, right? And then, but it's not only, so here's the nuance, right? I'm a pattern guy, okay? And I see patterns in behavior. And what I saw was a cultural pattern in behavior with people that got over 551. And especially as you got towards, in the mid to high 600s to 700, those are the people that I saw the pattern of behavior. And I was like, this is a bad culture. And I want to, push back against that culture. And that's why the break cue and the 60 seconds and all that stuff. But now I've just had acceptance, and I say, okay, I accept that culture. I'm not around it. I don't interact with it. I got out of that Masters League, thankfully. And now I'm just around my people, my culture. Same with this channel. I'm like, hey, we're beginners, we're intermediates. This is who I am at my heart. Okay. This is who I am at my core, my soul. And these are the people that I connect with. So I don't really have that same motivation or thing, right? So I don't need to like do the break and runs with my break cue anymore to thumb my nose at people that think bar table pool and getting to 650 is like, some sort of, ability to use that to weaponize it. That's what it is. It's the reason why I was pushing back on that culture is because it gets weaponized. And I'm like, you guys want to weaponize it? I'm going to just, at least for me, I'm just going to show you you don't even have a weapon. Like shooting 650 on a bar table is not, it's not, you know, it's not the end all be all, and it's not something that you can use to weaponize, you know, and that's it. So it's the same reason why you guys are my people, because I looked at professional players. I made videos about it in the past where it gets weaponized. The higher up the ranks you get, sometimes the weaponization of that positioning in pool becomes more and more weaponized. And I'm like, man, I need to push back against that. I really do. Like for me, as a man, as a person, you know, quietly. So that's what I did. That's why I did. I pushed back, and nobody got it, and it's totally fine. But at least I got to do it for me, and I felt good about it, and I liked it. But I don't need that anymore because I have other ways to push back. I can basically sit here and say, I'm a beginner and intermediate guy. Those are my people. Those are the people that I want to hang with. Those are the people I want to interact with. Those are the people I want to train with, talk to, whatever. And so I don't need to push back anymore. Even like those 625 videos I did and stuff, I don't even need to do those anymore, because I just realized I'm just putting my chips in with beginners and intermediates. And there's some advanced players like Zach, you, that like the channel, and I appreciate that. And there's other players, there's a 700 that watches the channel. So I appreciate everybody that wants to participate in the channel and what I'm doing and teaching. It's great. I just in general, because I'm a pattern guy, I know that the higher up we go past 550, the more people get crazy and weaponize and delusional and arrogant and stuff. And it's like, okay, that's just whatever. So I just realize now I don't even need to I don't need to push back against it anymore, because they can do their thing, and then I'm just over here doing my thing, and we're doing our thing, and everything's good. So it's more of a positive approach, and it's cool. But you asked, so I'm telling you, this is the old me, Zachy Poo. This is the old me. The old me was a little bit more aggressive. Now the new me is a little more accepting, a little more. This is the journey that I'm on, is try to find acceptance and try to find peace, and to find, you know, look at where my leaks are and say, okay, I did a couple of 625 videos and I'm like, nah, that's not who I want to be. This is not my thing. Like, I just want to be more positive. So that's the direction I'm going. So that's why the break cue thing is it's not negative anymore. And now we'll get to the fun part of the break cue, like what I found from doing it for a couple of years now. Now, here's the real reason why I like it. Now, my current reasoning is because I have a thing with, I approach pool with, and I just did a video on it, and the less factors that are in a shot, the better it is. The more factors, the worse. So when I use a break cue, I have to peel stuff off the race car, and I can only use certain things, certain components, right? So I can't be loading the cue ball with English. I can't be hitting super long shots that are like delicate shots or precise shots. I really have to focus on my basic tools, which are stop roll patterns, clearing my problems, staying on the vertical axis of the cue ball as much as possible, striking the cue ball very accurately, okay? Because that break cue is real explosive, so I have to really be careful with the accuracy of my strike. I just have to be very, very, very simple in my patterns, very clean and concise in my decisions. I can't just have a bunch of recovery shots, because I don't have access to all points of the cue ball as much, and as much control over the cue ball. So for me now, using the break cue is a really cool like training aid almost, and a really cool way to show people that if you pick the right pattern, if you shoot them in the right order, if you stay simple with your shots, you can even do it with a break cue. And a break cue is, it's hard to do it with because of that. The tip on a break cue, I miscued on like one. I did 3 videos in one day at Doble's house last week, and one of them I just chipped the cue ball right away, and it worked out, and I still got out. But like, that tip is so hard and so slick that you really have to hit the cue ball accurately, and you have to hit it correctly. And that's what I really like about the break cue now, is that need to be accurate and with all components of the game, right? And so that's it. That's why I like it now. And it still has a little component or element of, oh, that's kind of neat. Like, people still aren't doing it. And it's not like, oh my gosh, it's some viral sensation. No, I get you know, I just don't get a ton of views on those videos, but I get views and people are interested, and really it's a training thing for me. Because I can voice over and explain what I did in the video. And so it just keeps it to a short video. It keeps it a little bit kitschy, a little bit nichey, a little bit different. And then it does all the biomechanics, physics, and geometry things, you know, and the strategy things, right? And the mental, it covers the mental too, because you got to be really locked in to do it with a break cue, because it's not comfortable, right? Because I don't always play with a break cue. So so I'm uncomfortable. I have limited access to the cue ball, and I have an explosive like tool cue in my hand, and it's going to affect the physics of the shot and the geometry of the shot. So I better keep it simple so that I can make errors and still run out. And that's really what I'm trying to say, I think, is that I'm making errors on almost every single shot that you watch in those videos, if you watch those runouts, and I'm still getting out. And that's the point. I'm uncomfortable, I'm making a lot of errors, and I'm still running out. And I'm not running out from like big recovery shots. I'm running out because I'm calm and I'm choosing the right patterns, right? I'm not saying, because I don't even have videos where I spray the ball around and I'm like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I just ended up here in the back cut there. It's like, no, it's like, if you watch those videos, they're all pretty controlled runouts. I can explain exactly what I was thinking and what I was doing in real time after I do the voiceover. And none of them are wild, you know? And if they're wild because I got to break something out and things got a little weird, but then I go to the next shot and pick the next easiest line because I've got to break you. I don't have access to everything I said. So that's why I like it now. So that's my long answer. And yeah, I don't know. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm very happy for this channel because I get to like tell people what I think and who I am and what I believe. And you don't have to enjoy it, or you don't have to like it, or you don't have to do anything, but it's me. So the cool part about that is that when people call, I did that video to invite people to come to train with me. And the cool part is that when anyone contacts me, and even before those people are contacting me, and they are contacting me, so thanks, it's going to be awesome. And if you're interested in coming on training, just hit me up. But what I'm saying is, the beauty of this channel for me is that it really sifts through people. Because if you watch what I have to say and I'm 100% authentic and I share with you everything, then you either like it or you don't. So that's it. That's it. So I'm really thankful for this channel, and I'm thankful for this, for the platform, and I'm thankful that people are interested, and the people that aren't, it's totally fine. And I'm not for everybody. And, but the people that I am for, that find value in what I have to say and want to train with me and want to be around me and want to learn this stuff, then it's awesome, you know, because then I know you're really here for me and you're not here because I got some fancy room or I got some brand that I'm trying to do or something like that. So this is awesome. So thanks for watching. And I love bar table pool. It's great. It's great. It is. And you know what? I love teaching it. That's it. I have a passion for teaching it. I have some passion for playing it, and I have a lot of passion for teaching it. So it's cool. And when I do those run out videos, I love it. I look forward to it, you know? And I'll do another one. I keep saying 12, but I think it's 11 out of 15 racks that I broke and ran when I was at the other place at the club, and I posted it with commentary. But I'll do another one because I can't use any of those videos, which is fine. Even though it's my intellectual property, I can't use it. So it's fine. I don't even want to use it. I'm going to redo it. So I'll try to do another break and run thing. My initial thing was I wanted to run 5 racks with commentary, and it turned into 11 out of 15, and that was fine. But, you know, it was just kind of like, I think I ran 4 at the most during that process and everything. But that's cool. So what I'm saying is I'm gonna put some racks together and I'll do voiceover commentary for you guys, and it'll be cool because I like doing it, right? Because it'll teach you all these elements of what I'm trying to teach you, these break and run out elements that we're gonna get going. So I'm gonna go actually work on that today with Ami. He's my tech support. We're gonna get the partner program going. Not partner program, but the subscription thing, so you guys can help support me, and I appreciate that. So we'll get that going. This time I really mean it. I'm actually gonna go do it as soon as I turn off the camera. So, all right, I love you guys. Hopefully this was fun and funny, and we'll see you next time. Bye.